before, it's important for us to strive to understand emptiness. Interesting word, strive. Like, there's a lot of people around this time of year I see out like doing a lot of running. I know the Chicago Marathon is next weekend. A lot of people are striving to be able to complete their first marathon. They're striving for something. I think we need a little bit of that similar striving to understand emptiness. Like if you want to run the Chicago Marathon next weekend, it's a little late to begin training right now, isn't it? It would really, really hurt. You may hurt your non-inherently existent body. Oh, Chicago Marathon's in a week or two. You say, I'm going to strive. I'm going to strive to run the marathon now. Similarly, like it takes some time, doesn't it? If you want to prepare to be able to tolerate the Chicago Marathon, you need to prepare over weeks, months. Similarly, if we want to strive to attain experience of emptiness, maybe it takes a few months. I mean, how long do people train for a marathon? Probably what, 3 months, 6 months, a year sometimes? I think they go like quite a while. Like they think about it, like 6 or 9 months ahead, don't they? Does anyone know running or sports? I think it's like many, many months. So do we have that same idea? Like, you know what? In 9 months, I'd like to have a real deep experience of emptiness. I'm going to start striving, because in 9 months, next June, when FP exam comes around, I'd like to understand emptiness. I think if we had that frame, it'd be very, very different, wouldn't it? If someone's training for a marathon next June, they're not thinking like, I got to do it in 5 days or next week. They're like, yeah, man, next June, I'm going to run some springtime marathon. Like they have it on the horizon, they're striving for it, preparing. I think if we have this type of framework, like, oh yeah, I'm going to finish this text sometime next year, next spring. If we're striving for an understanding or experience of emptiness, totally different framework, isn't it? Rather than, why don't I get it right now? It's like someone going out wanting to run a marathon. Think, man, I'm tired. I'm 4 or 5 miles, or maybe 7 miles, or maybe 8 miles. Like, I'm tired now. This is 26 miles marathon. So it would be silly if a person's thinking they can run 26 miles after, a month of training or 6 weeks of training. They think, next spring, I'm going to run a marathon. So I think if we have the same sort of striving, like very long-term patient, like next spring, I want to have a different experience of emptiness, a little bit of a taste. I guarantee you can do that. Actually, it's easier probably for you than running a marathon. You could do an experiment. Everyone here, you could. Actually, seriously, you could try. What do you think would be easier for all of you sitting here to run 26 miles next June, or to have a little bit of taste or feeling of emptiness? Honestly, which do you think would be easier for you? Think about it. With your merit and conditions, it's probably easier to understand emptiness. Isn't that extraordinary? It's probably easier to understand emptiness than it is to encourage Rich to run a marathon next year. Not to mention the point of view, the benefits that we experience. So let's say you strive. Let's say you log in, 50 hours, 100 hours, 200 hours of training to be able to run a marathon next spring. What do you get from it? A medal and like a little piece of silver to go around you. And I hear in Chicago they give you a beer at the end as well. Have you heard that? I think they have like the beer at the end. Yeah. That's bizarre. Anyway, I know you need... It's like run 26 miles and have a cold one. You take some Gatorade. You think about it, think how many hours you might train if you want to run a marathon next spring. You'd log in 50, 100, 200 hours, so many hours. Hundreds of hours. And what would the benefit be? And we just develop some pride, or we think, well, okay, great, this human rebirth, I ran 26 miles without stopping. It's like phenomenal attainment. They used to call those couriers in Rome. It's like, deliver this message from here to here. It's like, I ran 26 miles without stopping. I mean, it's cool. It's good, but you got a human body. You figured out how to run it 26 miles without stopping. If we apply that same effort, it's like, next June I could get a better experience of emptiness. That would be so meaningful for your peace of mind, for your spiritual life, for your tantric practice. I don't know. I think we should just go for it, but not with this always avoiding this like short-term discouraged mind. Striving simply